Alright, listen up. Pohatu Phantoka frickin' slaps. There's many reasons why this is a good one. But there's two main reasons why I love this so much. The first is his weapon. It's the greatest weapon design to come out of any Bionicle set ever. The second reason? There's a piece in this set that is insanely helpful if you're building your own creations. You can use this element in so many different ways. It's helpful for any situation. It's like a holy grail of LEGO elements. What is this magical wonder piece? What makes Pohatu's weapons so frickin' good? Time to talk about it. Alright, I know what you're thinking. But Ben, Pohatu Phantoka looks nothing like the previous versions of Pohatu. And yeah, you're right. And that is a shame. But this remastered version, it looks so good. So who cares? Sure, maybe if it was brown instead of orange, maybe if they focused a little bit more on the legs, which was very much something they did on the originals, maybe this could be better. But I think this is a well-rounded and gorgeous design. The new aerodynamic and sleek mask. It fits with that airborne vibe that is so core to this wave of sets. His bulkier and stocky body, bro feels like a frickin' Osprey helicopter come to life. And that's pretty sick. And yeah, of course, the twin helicopter rotors that make up his weapons, that also adds to that aesthetic. And on that, what a great idea. Yeah, the other Phantoka sets, they explored the idea of flight in a few different ways. Liwa had his jetpack, two of them on both arms. Kopaka had some nice wings, but this feels so different, so creative. It really stands out. And then spinning them, oh, it's electric. Such a fun thing to play with. But remember, you can condense these down into drills, and you can still spin them like this. Sometimes you can even spin them from one form into the other. Oh, that's sick. It feels like you're a ninja with a switchblade, dancing between different forms. God, that's so much fun. The awesome idea of drills that transition into helicopter rotors. That is inspired. It's also a brilliant way of illustrating his elemental stone powers. Maybe it would be a little bit better for a Toa of Earth, but I think it works. Earth and stone are basically the same element anyway. So yes, it ties back to his elemental powers, but it also feels so deeply planted in that flying skies aesthetic. It's an elegant blend of two very different things that shouldn't work, ground and sky, but yet it does. It feels so natural. The set designers reinvented this character and found so many creative ways to bring him to life. It ties into the story, it ties into who he is. It's epic. And the flying fun continues if you buy the set Photok. It's Pohatu's little Matoran buddy. Thanks to a back attachment, the two of them can link together and fly around with some new features. Photok lends his jetpack and his blades, and it should give him a little bit of extra agility and mobility. Awesome. Look man, it's just so easy to pose this toy. He looks great no matter how you position him. I frickin' love this set. Everything about him is brilliant. But okay, I mentioned that wonder piece, the amazing element that has so many uses. What piece is that? But before we get to that, let's take a look at some of the best pieces that come in this set. There is some good stuff here. Let's see how you can use it in your own MOCs. Starting off strong with the Midax Sky Blaster. Sure, it works well as an actual, blaster, but how about this? Brickens uses it for the lower legs and the upper legs on this MOC. We've also got one on the arm, and I'm sure there'd be a few more on the other arm and the lower arms. However, I believe this is a work in progress that wasn't quite finished. Still, this is great food for thought, using these pieces for limbs. That's genius. These pieces have great uses outside of their original context. We then move over to the rotors, or drill bits, whatever you want to call them. Turns out if you get that jet booster piece, you can kind of shove these in the back, and actually they fit pretty snugly. Why not put two of them in and do something like this? This is an old MOC that I made ages ago. I think the design is pretty solid, some really nice looking claws. It's something to think about. Oh, but what about the heads-up display in trans medium blue? It sure does look good on all manner of masks. But what other heads can this fit on? Forbidden Projects shows us that actually it looks so good with a Vaki head. Now this really makes you think, what other heads or masks could pair well with this element? I'm sure that there's plenty more combinations that would be a magical fit. Grab this piece and grab some faces and see what kind of magic you can make. But alright, I've teased it long enough. What is the wonder piece that is so frickin' good? It's Pohatu's mask. I've got a bunch of examples here showcasing the many ways that you can use it. Like this creation by Nate's Mask Shop, using 2 of them to form shoulder armor. Look at how it flares out. Look at how compact the design feels. I love how that looks. Beans Bionicles takes this mask, but flips it around, and now it's embedded in the torso. You can see wires stemming out of the gaps. When it's placed with other pieces, the end result is really special. It's great how good this mask looks as armor. But if you want to keep using it for a face, well, I recommend what Bronocrat has done here. You rotate it, and now it kind of looks like hair. Or it's just a really elegant way of extending the edges of that Krana mask. Either way, that does look good. Ron Folkers uses this in kind of the same way you see on the set, only this time it's merged with Matanui's mask. It does an excellent job of hugging the edges. And look at that, parts of the mask rest around his mouth, making it look like he's wearing a bit of a gas mask. That's such a brilliant idea. And finally, Maximum KKR. They show us some rad ways of expanding on the mask. Because you got that empty gap up top. Well, filling it in with armor and spikes, you get some pretty hardcore results. So see, whether you want to continue to use this as a face, or if you want to use it in other ways, there's so many uses. This is an incredibly versatile piece. No matter how you use it, it'll look amazing. So maybe it's worth picking up 1 or 2 copies of this element. Just think of the cool stuff you could make if you had some of this piece. Now I'm telling you man, everything about this toy, from its construction to its parts, it's top tier. But what would a revamp look like of this set? Could it be built better? It's already a really good set. Well, Hanku Lego shows us that yes, it can be built better. Shifting the helicopter rotors onto the back, and then kind of localizing them inside these circles. Man, the silhouette of this is so striking. It somehow takes that original concept, which was so strong, and makes it look even cooler. I thought 2 helicopter rotors was good. Turns out 3 is even better. These orange elements here actually come from some LEGO Stunts sets. And the general shape of this torso, it kind of has that same U shape that we see on the mask. I like it when people make more consistent visual designs across many parts of the body. Just feels wonderfully consistent. He's got some blasters on his arms, and those things have 3 barrels. Dang! It also looks like it's incredibly poseable, and some of that comes down to the pistons on the leg. I really like that they're exposed like this. You could cover them up, sure, but I don't know. Being able to see the inner workings poking through, it looks rad. And that's a great reminder too. It pays to have a ton of pistons if you're building a big Titan like this. That way you can make it sturdy, strong, and poseable. This is just sensational. That's Pohatu Phantoka. Do you like him as much as I do? Do you think there's better weapons out there on other sets? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. Dude, the amount of times that my phone autocorrected Pohatu to potato when I was writing the script for this video, well, it was too much.